grown. Marry a doctor, oh Lord, he'll keep you in the green. Marry a lawyer, honey, maybe they can be a little mean. Tell your daddy what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find me a man that can play some blues, and that's just what I did.
All right.
In a sack, carried to the mill, had to bring it right back. What's the matter with the mill? It's done broke down. What's the matter with the mill? It's done broke down. I can't get no grinding. Tell me what's the matter with the mill? Some folks say that a preacher won't steal. I call one out in my cornfield. What's the matter with the mill? It's done broke down. What's the matter with the mill? It's done broke down. I can't get no grinding. Tell me what's the matter with the mill? Oh, grind, grind, grind. Bushel, another had a peck. One had the cornfield around his neck. What's the matter with the mill? It's done broke down. What's the matter with the mill? It's done broke down. I can't get no grinding. Tell me what's the matter with the mill? Hey! Done broke down. Said it done broke down. broke down. It's done broke down. One had a bushel, other had a peck. One had the cornfield around his neck. What's the matter with the meal? It's done broke down. What's the matter with the meal? It's done broke down. I can't get no grinding. Tell me what's the matter with the meal? Don't know how I feel. I got the boll weevil in my cornfield. What's the matter with the meal? It's done broke down. What's the matter with the meal? It's done broke down. I can't get no grinding. Tell me what's the matter with the meal? Get it to the mill, had to bring it right back. What's the matter with the mill? It's done broke down, so what's the matter with this mill? It's done broke down, I can't get no grinding. Tell me what's the matter with the mill?
Oh, thank you again. What's the matter with the mill? David Lumsden and friends, and thank you, David, for coming back on the Humagoo Show. Thank you, sir.
I'm back.
We are back. You know, we're always having a good time chatting in between the songs. Man, I love all the groove you got going, all your friends. Raise Me Right, you're right. That is a jamming tune, hey?
Yeah, it gets pretty down and dirty.
Yeah, it does. I like that old school sound on there. And let's lead us up to the next tune we want to rock a little bit. You're ruining my bad reputation. Now tell us about this jam.
Well, it's a Denise LaSalle composition that I think most notably known by ZZ Hill covered, and as in Wayne Carter's repertoire. So I kind of learned it from Wayne, but he had kind of a softer version of it that it plays out good if you're warming up the evening or playing it for a dinner crowd or something. It was kind of casual and laid back. And this is something we were just checking the levels of the mic, and I just called it. Just said, let's try this and see how things work. It was the first thing we attempted to record together, Mm-hmm. And so we rolled tape and I listened to the playback, and I didn't like it. and I said, well, it's not going to make the CD. Mm-hmm. And then later I revisited it, and I just started, wait a minute, if I change this around to more of a Dust My Broom, Elmore James kind of feel, mm-hmm. and got it from being, loungy to dirty, low down Elmore James. So I plugged in a slide guitar on the board, and I could see the light at the end of the tunnel that would work, but I would need to change the bass line, and then I would need to change the drums. And I changed the drummer. Got a whole different drummer, and so we the only thing we kept on the from the original take was Wayne's voice, and it's kind of a back-assward way of doing things. Usually, mm-hmm. you put the instruments on and then the voice on top. In this case, we left the voice and redid all the instruments and the groove, but we kept the meter the same. I had a great drummer fill in that he could pick up that meter without the aid of all the Pro Tools gadgetry, and we just dropped him in. And darn if it didn't come out sounding, more to my liking. Let's put it that way. More to earthy, down and dirty blues.
Now, when you do all these revisions, are these all done at the same time, or you just maybe lay some tracks down a couple months and then kind of bring them all back in, like the new drummer and all that?
Right. That was over. I think we we laid it down. I moved on to other songs, and I was thinking. I was going through the previous tracks,
Yeah.
tunes that we had. Because, like I said earlier, we have some extra tracks that didn't make. There's only 12 on here, but we probably have 4 or 5 others. But these were the ones I decided to focus on, and that was one that I revisited, months later, actually. And then because it was, I had no intention of using it.
Yeah.
And then I revisited it with a different approach. If I could change that, and I was just experimenting to say, well, if I have to do it, then we just retake it. We'll just retrack the whole thing. But I was able to do it by keeping the vocals and just tracking the instruments with it, and we kept the same time frame and everything. So pretty interesting how that worked out. It wasn't supposed to work that way. But I'm very pleased that it did.
Yeah, that's just amazing how today modern music, you can piece that together. You take that part.
Well, you could do it in the old days too with tape. I mean, there was no moving. It wasn't. But it's just that we changed the groove. If it was, Kate was saying we kept the meter the same, but we changed the pocket and the groove. We changed the style. And then we changed what the playing was, and this sort of the instrumentation and orchestration of it changed. And I imagine it's been done before, but that was the first time for me.
Yeah, you can tell a lot of the younger artists, the things that you went through, especially the tape part, the cutting and then the splicing and all that.
Oh yeah, we used to do that in the day.
And create, and so I'll tell you what. Let's rock this one for everybody right now. You
Sure.
ruining my bad reputation. Thanks. Here we go, David.
I love my leaving, women all over town. But since I met you, woman, I don't even mess around. I'm worried, woman. Oh, I'm worried as I can be. You're running a bad reputation, making a good man out of me. I wouldn't give up my money, but I give you every dime. I walk around and overhaul so you can